Hey, welcome to Legal Shit, another live episode from West Palm Beach. I'm here with TK and Antoinette. My name is Timothy Schulz, and we're here to update you on some of the some of the big topics we've been talking about last week and this week. So let's get to it.
So last week we spoke. Oh, did we introduce ourselves again, or
You can if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey, it's Antoinette.
Hey, it's Tim.
Hey, it's TK.
Hey, guys. So we're here on a beautiful Saturday morning here in West Palm Beach, and we wanted to update you on first of all, the Shannon Atkins case that we talked about last week. If you recall, Shannon Atkins is the West Palm Beach resident who was arrested for posting threatening emails on social media against Donald Trump. He's been arrested, so we wanted to bring you any updates. There's really no new update. There's a hearing coming up, I think, on February 10th or whatever date it is, but there's a hearing coming up next week.
Right.
On basically an order that it's a protection order that Judge Haffel entered, and
Judge Haffel.
Yeah, Judge Don Haffel.
Wow.
We know Don well, and but Judge Haffel.
We don't know anyone.
Anyway, Judge Haffel entered a protection order, which basically prevents people from owning or being in possession of firearms and things of that nature because they are considered a danger to others, themselves or others. And so, but there's a hearing coming up to see whether or not that order is going to remain in place or not. And I think that's Monday or Tuesday of this week. And so that's the only update with Mr. Atkins. And so we're here to talk about.
Well, so at the same time, what I would like to talk about is what's going on in the internet world. So just a point about, he just talked about the president, right? Saying all these different things. Now, remember, if you checked out his page or if you see what's going around, there's defamation of his character, where they're saying now, like with his face, people are going around putting his face to different messages saying that please lock your doors properly and stay vigilant. Right. So just talking about the president could disrupt your entire life, where other people, or I'll say internet spam, internet hacking, there's bots out there, they come around and they just blow your entire life, destroy your reputation, using your face on false things. You look around the internet, there was millions of, I wouldn't say millions, but it was so many shares on the information.
You're definitely not going to come out unscathed, right?
No, you're not. If you can see it.
If you can see that, what they've done is they do a post involving some other case involving a child molester, but they post Shannon Atkins' face along with that post.
Yeah.
And so now it's, they're claiming that he's a sex offender, which he's not.
He is not.
And all this other stuff. And so you got to really be vigilant.
There's a lot of false things on the internet, right?
Yeah. Yes. Just like there's a little girl right now. They had this little girl talking about she shot a police. You just came out, 6-year-old. You just found out that it's fake. Yeah. It's fake. Yeah. And it's AI.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake stuff going around today. But
then I wanted to say one more thing. At the same time, it seems like no one brought this up about on Shannon's case. I don't know. I came in a little late at the trial, but still, it says on the 19th, on the arraignment. Okay. Arraignment. Okay. So on the 19th, he talked about, all the different things. But on the 20th, January the 20th, it says on his page, all right, I'll be the first Democrat to congratulate Donald J. Trump on being elected the 47th president of the United States of America. He congratulated him, but did anyone say that no one said nothing about that. They just talked about all the other crap that he said, all the negative stuff that everyone's been saying a lot of people have been saying a lot of negative stuff. Their lives are being changed. Then it says on the second paragraph,
right. Then it gets a little bit more salty, right?
Just a little salty, got a little, a little spicy.
Yeah.
It says there's a separate one from Big Mama. I would also like to congratulate President Donald J. Trump for being the first felon to be sworn in as President of the United States of America. I hope and pray you and J.D. Vance fell horribly. Fell. Well, I think he meant fail. I hope that this gives you so much stress that you start, you know what, this is legal shit, shitting yourself on a daily basis and come up with a flesh-eating disease. The stress is going to be so strong, JD, that his mascara starts to run and he looks like the gay Joker in the new Batman movie. Right. Congratulations.
In other words, he's very happy that he
and then he does a little sparkle. So I'm just saying, if they're going to talk about all the negative stuff he said, okay, is he going to be the one to give him a flesh-eating disease?
No.
He did congratulate Donald Trump.
Now that paragraph, you can definitely tell he was just being funny,
Yeah.
right? He was just being funny there. A lot of people have comments like that.
Yeah. So he still is
Well.
like, okay, he conceded. It's like, oh man. So no one, what I noticed, I mean, like I said, it's all about freedom of speech for me. No one, all these people are talking. Everyone's pressing like. Everyone's doing this on Facebook, on Instagram, on all these different platforms. Are those people, because they press like, press this, press that, are they going to be affected by all the different, by the wrath?
I don't know.
Did I say the word wrath?
The wrath of
yeah.
The wrath of the internet, the wrath of social media,
The wrath of the government.
The wrath of the government for sure.
Yeah,
he's in hot water right now.
He's already in hot water.
But there's
what
a lot
about
of false accusations out there. It's character killing accusations. So
it's very scary.
It is. So let's talk about, aside from the fake news on the internet or the fake nonsense on the internet,
moving on
on social media. Moving on, the recent lawsuit against Target Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Target's been sued in a class action lawsuit by, I think the lead plaintiff is the Riviera Beach Police Pension Fund.
Right. I can read that real quickly. Target was hit with a class action lawsuit on Friday after shareholders alleged that the national retailer misled investors about the risks of its DEI initiatives. Okay. So that's the Riviera Beach Police Pension Fund. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, the lawsuit alleges that Target's CEO and other upper level management misled investors because they had come up with various initiatives. There was the LGBT initiative, and there was also a DEI initiative, and those, according to the lawsuit, those initiatives were hidden basically from public filings. And the dangers of those initiatives, because of boycotts by customers when they came out, were not told to investors. So investors bought, the allegations are the investors bought Target stock at an inflated price, because had those real dangers of these initiatives been known, people may have thought twice about buying Target stock.
So I understand that Target had to hold an emergency meeting because they didn't want Bud Light style controversy to happen again.
What happened to Bud Light? Oh, yeah.
The shooting?
That was when Kid Rock was shooting at the cans.
Yeah.
They had a lot of backlash. They lost a lot of money, and they had to back off from that situation as fast as possible. And Target was actually promoting a lot of clothing. And I want to read what type of clothing.
Before we say about Target, I know you were saying Bud Light, but what about Coca-Cola? We're going to come back to Target real quick.
Coca-Cola's another one. That's recent. Right.
And that's going on right now. If you go on the internet, you see
they're trying to deport them, right?
It was told that
Coca-Cola?
They're trying to deport their own employees.
Yeah, it was said that it's a he say, I don't see the proof or anything, but they're saying that they were calling ICE on their employees, and majority of their employees are Hispanics. So a lot of them are. So at the same time, they're getting deported, and then you have your coworkers calling in on you, or from the corporation. So Coca-Cola is in big hot water right now. Pepsi skyrocket. They're up there. They're making money.
Well, when corporations, they really cater to their stockholders, and when the stock plummets, when you have a controversy like this, they have to solve that problem fast.
What did the Target stock, didn't it plummet?
It plummeted when this controversy first started coming out. 22%. That's billions of dollars. Okay, so they have to change their structure. They have to change what they're selling in their stores. I want to briefly comment on what type of clothing they've been promoting with all of these DEI initiatives and what caused some of the backlash. Tuck-friendly, female-style bathing suits. So I didn't know what that meant.
What is that?
I know what it means.
You can. Well, do you want to comment on what that means? Because
I think I know now. I get it now.
You've been to Thailand before, I know.
Oh wow!
Right.
Yeah.
Tuck friendly is basically a bathing suit or clothing item that allows a transgender male to not have any visible signs of being a male.
Okay, so who else is selling that? Because obviously no one's going to Target. At least that's what I've heard.
At least there's some boutiques in Thailand that are probably selling a lot of it.
No, oh goodness. I'm trying to get the answer. So at the moment, they're referring you back to the distributor, the person who originally came up with the tech friendly garment.
I guess. I don't know who's selling it. I don't know who the originator or who's the manufacturer.
So that's what most people are doing with the DI stores that are discriminating. or feeling like they need to get out of DEI because
Yeah.
they
There are a lot of corporations that have had those initiatives too, so they don't want to be in the same hot water.
Right. They're starting to scale them back now.
So the companies that I heard that are scaling back on DEI. So Google is one of them. Target, of course. Meta, McDonald's, University of Florida, University of Texas. So let me read a little something if I get it. Hopefully, I get everything right. So University of Florida, the institution eliminated 13 full-time staff and 15 faculties members dedicated to DEI roles. University of Texas system. The system terminated over 300
wow.
DEI related positions and abandoned 25 DEI offices across the state. McDonald's fast food chain has reduced its DEI. I'm like, who? I mean, we work majority of the employees.
Right.
I'm like, what are you going to do?
DEI is a very broad term.
Yeah.
But basically, it's superseding what's called merit-based hiring. Right. So you have people who are qualified for these positions, and these corporations have felt that a lot of pressure to hire this DEI employee. Now, whether they're qualified or not is up to them. But there are a lot of people who are qualified who are not getting these positions. And now they're forced to reverse their procedures, their policies on this.
Which I don't understand why they're even doing that because, okay, so originally people always say DEI, everyone thinks DEI is about Black people.
No,
they think
I don't think so.
I know, but for the uneducated, not want to say it, not that I'm that educated because I had to do my own research myself and learn all these things about DEI. DEI is not predominantly for the Blacks. It's who benefits.
Right.
I'm going to tell you straight up. Who do you guys know who really benefits from DEI?
I heard, it's not from an authoritative source, but somewhere in the news or something that the majority of DEI recipients were whites.
Yeah, women.
White women.
Yes.
So
majority is Caucasian white women.
It's interesting.
Not Spanish, not Black, not. Well,
yeah.
So when. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm very passionate about this.
No, and you should be. I think I haven't really delved deeply into the DEI subject area, but when I think of DEI, I think of I don't think of race or color or ethnicity or anything. I think of qualified versus unqualified. In other words, if I'm applying for a job and I'm highly qualified, but someone else gets put into my place who's not qualified, whether they be Asian or Black or Hispanic or whatever.
Yeah, but
that to me
so far,
what DEI is supposed to.
So I have something, a question actually from the chat. So I encourage a lot of questions coming in. There was a question that came in, and the question was, what is the difference between DEI and affirmative action? Okay, because a lot of people believe that affirmative action is somewhat similar, but not exactly, right? So anybody want to shed any light on that or answer that question?
I don't know that one that good. I just focus on DEI.
So affirmative action was a time when they used to.
Why are you picking on us? Why didn't you just give the answer?
I'm not picking on
yes,
you.
You questioned us and made us look silly.
Well, first of all, I'm wearing your alma mater. I'm wearing your alma mater, so we know you're educated.
I understand that.
Shout out to South Carolina.
South Carolina Gamecocks.
Go Gamecocks all the way. Track and field. Wait. We are the number ones. We're the first national champions. Women. Oh, sorry. I should speak into the mic. We're the first national champions for the Gamecocks.
Okay,
women, track and field.
Were there any DEI athletes?
Any DEI?
Okay, let's some
any
DEI.
Males pretending to be females in your locker room?
It's not about that. It's about at the same time. It's the best person for the job. Only way we won it was if the best person was running.
Right.
So that's the only way to win. You're not just going to hire someone off the street that's not educated. Do you want to win as a business or do you want to fail? So most of these businesses are not just hiring random uneducated people. They're hiring smart people to help the business succeed. It's about the money.
Yeah, that's true.
I got one more question coming in. The question is, should private businesses be allowed to discriminate? What are they discriminating for?
Yeah, that gets into a touchy area because it's private. It's a private business.
So they're not a corporation. They don't have a stocks.
Right.
They're not
beholden to any stockholders.
Right.
I guess it's depending on whether or not whatever they're doing that's discriminatory is in violation of some law.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's a law that prevents you from doing something as a private business and yet you do it anyway, I guess. But I feel bad for some. There's some small businesses and private businesses that that are put into certain positions, and they have to comply with whatever laws are passed.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
a
about the
fan. I'm a
laws.
fan of inclusion of anybody.
Yeah.
But I am a bigger fan of merit-based hiring.
Yeah, me too.
But think about it. That's what most companies have been doing. They've been doing merit-based hiring. You, like I said, do you think companies want to fail? You don't bring someone else that doesn't know their job.
Yeah,
Then you fail.
The lawsuit's about the repercussions and the risks.
Right.
The risks of hiring DEI. What does that mean? Does that
Right.
mean by hiring them, they're going to go down the tubes business-wise?
yeah. Well, I think what the lawsuit
The
against
risk.
Target is that you made DEI hires and didn't disclose those, or you didn't disclose your initiatives, your DEI initiatives, to the
Right.
stockholders in a proper way. Had you reported that to us in a proper way, I wouldn't have bought your stock, because I would have said that's risky.
No,
I'm gonna say
I
something
don't think
here
that's
because
it. I think is what happened is no one paid attention to DEI.
No, but that's what the lawsuit's about. That's what the lawsuit's alleging, is that they misled investors by not fully disclosing or discussing their initiatives, which then led to
I thought it was to
backlash.
say that because they were pulling out from DEI.
No.
Oh.
Now, I have a
I didn't
question
read
on
it,
that
yeah.
too. I bet you they would have never said anything if the stock should stayed sky high.
It's
Right.
about
So
the
once
money.
the stock starts to go down and you
Right.
have a pension fund that's
And you're-
suffering, that's when you're going to get the backlash.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening now.
That's exactly right.
You cannot you hire and obviously DEI must have hired the right people because they were making a lot of money.
Yeah, they were doing
So
well.
now you're
But what-
pulling
no, but
something back.
According to the lawsuit, what happened was that they didn't disclose this to investors, and then when these initiatives became public,
Mhm.
the stock plummeted. There were boycotts against Target
Yeah.
because of these DEI and other initiatives. They had the LGBT
Yeah.
initiative, they had the DEI initiative,
Mhm.
and then the customers of Target started to boycott it because
That's
of those
right.
initiatives and policies, and that led to the stock price declining. And so the investors, such as the pension fund of Riviera Beach PD,
Yeah.
says we wouldn't have invested with you had we known of those dangers, and you didn't fully report that in your SEC filings.
I
So
think
I just
Target
thought
just
of
pulled
this.
them into the danger.
Does that make
They-
Palm
they-
Beach County a hot zone?
Yeah.
A hot zone of social unrest?
Okay, so DEI is not, I'm just going to say what DEI is about. DEI is not just about race. It's about the support of women, women. Do I need to say it again? It's
Yeah.
about the support of women. When did you get the opportunity to even have a credit card, to vote, to do anything? It's about the support of women.
Okay.
Don't think it's just about me and my color of my skin. It's about women. I have an opportunity to say, fuck up. Bitch. Sorry, I'm cursing. I'm getting extra. But anyways, I can talk to a man any way I want to,
You're
because
being raw. We're on a live stream. That's good. That's good. Raw emotion, folks.
But I'm
That's what
just
we like.
saying, women don't understand that you're taking your rights away. You're taking your rights away. Why would you want to take your rights away? I get the opportunity as a woman, not as a black woman, but as a woman, to speak up and say what I want to say. Now, it's also about LGBTQ plus community individuals,
Mhm.
people with disabilities. And guess what? The veterans, the same people that went over there and fought for your rights and fight for you to have this country and have no limbs, or have PTSD and all these different things. That's what DEI is for.
Yeah.
It's not a black thing.
No.
And that's why when I sit back and I listen to my black people, and they were like, we're just going to sit this one out. Because it's not going to offend us. It's offensive, but it's not really affecting us, because guess what? Because it was so hard for us, we worked 10 times harder. So we are educated. We know our shit. The people who got it easy did not know their stuff. Do not know their stuff.
By the way, no pun intended with the word shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is legal shit.
so many Americans mistakenly assume DEI is just for black workers.
No, it's
No, but data shows that all racial groups benefits what's that word? I'm
equitable principles.
Yeah.
And it also has to do with gender as well.
Yeah.
So we're not just talking about race. We're talking about gender as well when you're
Mhm.
talking about
Mhm.
DEI.
Exactly.
But the word inclusion is very broad.
Well,
It's
the
way
int-
too broad.
The which I have not read enough about and really haven't delved into it, but I know President Trump signed this thing about DEI, and it involves, I guess the government's now doing looking into all of their employees, whether they were DEI hires. I think.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Well, look,
And
it's
how-
going
how
to
do you-
Wait,
conflict
didn't the
with one of his
CIA go
executive
down? Oh, I'm
orders.
sorry. Is that part of DEI?
Right? It's going to conflict with one of his executive
Lord.
orders, which is there are only two genders,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
what he's going by.
He did
Yeah.
put that back.
How
in
is that
state.
going? It's going to conflict with a lot of DEI hiring,
Yeah.
right? So it's forcing employers to go back on all of their initiatives
Yeah.
to avoid backlash.
Which at the end of the day, I'm all for the person who's actually working, earning a living, and paying taxes to help support our country. And I feel bad for people, even if they were put in their job through a DEI or other policy, that now they have to lose their job. It's kind of like the Indian giver. We're going to give you something, and now we're going to take it away. And I feel bad for the people that work every day. I mean, listen, you may have been hired under affirmative action or DEI or whatever, but at the end of the day, if you're working and you're doing your job hard and you're paying taxes to help support our government, I think that's a good thing. And I hate to see people lose their job. And I think that's kind of the unwritten or the talked about.
How many employees are going to stand their ground and support their employees as opposed to their stockholders, though?
Right. That's the problem. Yeah.
Well, I have a phrase that I can say, and I can abbreviate it. It's called FAFO. Does anyone know what that means?
Hold on. FAFO.
FAFO.
No, I can make up a few
It's called
things.
it's F around and find out, maybe?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Ding, 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 ding. Cheers to that
Hit
one.
it.
Do we need a dance on that one?
Hold on.
Wait, where is it?
Technical difficulties.
Technical.
I need a celebration for knowing.
Yeah.
Where's the applause button? I don't know.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no, I
that's
won.
not- No, you won.
I won the contest.
Hold on, let me
I
go.
didn't lose.
Well, that's
Oh,
the
my
music
God.
side.
All
That one
right.
doesn't work.
Oh,
All right.
we are still working on these
We're a
buttons.
couple children.
All right.
You erased the button. I don't think you have the button anymore.
No, button wasn't broke.
We're going to have to fix these buttons.
Okay.
Don't
'Cause
press
don't-
my
don't
buttons.
press
though.
my buttons.
Don't
There
press
you go.
my buttons. Okay.
So the phrase is fuck around and find out.
Right.
So all these DEI companies, they're fucking around and they're finding out. So it's a modern, I'm going to, just in case you need a definition, because I came up with all my definitions. I thought it was so cute. It's a modern expression that essentially means actions have consequences. It suggests that if someone pushes boundaries, disrespect, or provokes a situation, they will eventually face the result of their actions, often in a negative way.
Yeah.
So FAFO.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, that's right. And that reminds me of something that has happened recently too. In January, Starbucks has actually changed their policies on hanging out at Starbucks.
I heard about something.
So you might have heard about an incident that happened several years ago, about 2018, where two African American gentlemen were in a Starbucks, but they hadn't ordered anything. They hadn't ordered anything to drink. They were waiting for a colleague. They were confronted that they didn't purchase anything, so they would have to leave. They got arrested on site, and it became a very big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so it resulted in Starbucks having to retrain their entire workforce, close down a lot of stores, and change their policies where you could actually hang out at Starbucks without any purchase.
Right.
Now, there have been some changes in that policy where if people are bothering other customers, they would have to be removed. But here in South Florida, here locally especially, we've seen a lot of homeless people hang out all day long, especially when it rains.
You have no seat.
And this has been for years, but they have very quietly changed that policy. And it changed this month, this past month in January 2025, where you now must purchase something in order to stay.
I saw someone just sleeping in there with their bags and everything.
So they're walking back on that policy, okay, because they've noticed a lot of homeless people.
Because they don't want an FAFO?
That was originally racial based. Yeah, that was originally racial based.
Yeah.
But nobody's talking about it. I just wanted to mention it. I am actually in favor of this reversal because I don't want to see homeless people hang out there.
Oh my goodness, yeah. The other day I walked past on the downtown one, and the big area where you could, fit at least.
Outside?
No, it's inside. Where inside where the big area where you could sit at least 4 people with their computers and they could be doing their work.
The communal table there.
The guy was just laid out, sleeping, legs up, comfortable.
They bring their whole houses with them.
Yeah,
they
had a little blanket.
Carts, everything. Yeah.
There's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place for everything. And it's a business hour. The person is smelling. You want to do work. You want to sit there and get out of your office and get away from your colleagues a little bit and just chill at Starbucks. You can't chill at Starbucks because it's.
I will tell you from local. Yeah, we walk to work in the morning.
Absolutely.
And we pass Starbucks. Teddy, you go to Starbucks regularly. And these days, I walk past Starbucks in the morning, and there's no customer seats on the outside to sit and have a cup of coffee because We have a homeless population here, and they're sitting with their bags and their whole stuff.
And
Sitting
no
in
one
all
could
the
do
chairs.
anything about it
Yeah,
for years.
No,
They did pass a law the other day, but I don't know if it's
well,
not. It
so
used to be really bad, but
the homeless law.
yeah,
Oh, that's DeSantis' law. That took effect back last October, I believe.
which cleaned it up a little bit.
It
It's
seems
better.
to have cleaned it up a little bit. It doesn't
But
allow camping. Is
Yeah.
what the statutory term. We'll talk
Camping
about-
is what they're doing.
One
They're
time they did
living
have
there.
a camp. They had a camp out there
They have
on
the
the
best
waterfront.
waterfront property.
Oh
Folks.
goodness, photos. If you want to come downtown West Palm Beach, you always want to come down on Clematis. If you walk down Clematis, and it just opens up into a beautiful ocean. It's not an ocean, intercoastal, and it's just beautiful. It's to me, it's one of the best areas to take pictures.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
They have a lot of different functions there. It's the same area you have Sunfest. It's really nice.
Although Sunfest is not happening this year.
Oh, sorry, Sunfest. I mean, well,
Former
Clematis
Sunfest.
by night.
Oh, really?
Clematis
It's not
by night.
happening this year?
I heard Sunfest is off this year.
Really? Was
Yeah.
there a reason that they stated?
I don't think. Did you hear?
I love Sunfest.
No, I didn't
I
keep
just,
up
I
with
just
it.
heard they're not
Is it
doing
violence? Because in the past,
No,
4th of July, there used to
remember,
be shootings.
Sunfest is also a nonprofit.
Okay.
So maybe it's the funding too.
Maybe it's just
There's
Maybe
a lot
it's
of
just gotten
things.
too expensive.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
right. Well, I know the entertainment. Remember they used to have some of the top entertainment, and in
Right.
the last
Yeah.
few years they've dialed down the entertainment. I think because
Bring
of the cost.
Beyonce.
Well,
I think
in-
we need to
in-
put in the bucket.
In the
Donate
past,
to
the
them for
citizens have
Beyonce.
spoken about a
We want
project to
Beyonce.
actually put a marina there
Yeah,
as well.
right.
So we love our beautiful waterfront area to be enjoyed by everybody.
Yeah, we
You
don't
have a homeless population. Now, I will say that we are a city. Okay, we're not a town. We're a city, so we're going to have city problems.
It's not as bad though. The homeless population is not as bad
No, it seems
anymore.
to be.
It's very nice now.
All right.
After the new law.
Yeah, after
passed,
DeSantis did his
it seems
thing.
like they're not quote unquote camping, because that's what the statute talks about.
Yeah.
Camping is basically, and I don't have the statute in front of me, and I don't
Mhm.
remember it verbatim, but camping is basically sitting there with all of your belongings and sleeping in public.
Yeah,
How
And I
about
like to
bathing
do
in public?
and that's
Right?
the thing
we have
is,
water.
you
We
see,
have waterfalls here.
there's some good laws because I don't know who else is upset about that, but because I live down here, that DeSantis, that was a good. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good law.
It cleaned up the area a little bit. I mean,
Well,
no
it-
tents, no
it
nothing.
forces
And the
forces
smell,
the city
some of the-
to relocate homeless people
Or
who
have
are-
place
who
for
are
them to
camping
sleep,
and
yeah.
have a place for them to go and to provide sanitary water, bathrooms, police protection, supposedly.
Yeah,
I don't,
which they need it.
but I haven't heard where they're doing it. But anyway,
That's another topic.
That's a
We
whole
were
nother
supposed to be
topic.
talking about
That's
Target
right.
getting sued.
that's right. Target's getting sued, so
Yeah.
Target has lost millions of dollars because of their diversity type programs.
How much
and,
are they losing?
I don't know, but you said the stock at one point
Had
dropped.
plummeted 22%. That's billions of dollars.
That's a lot of money.
And to
Goodness.
state our name here, other companies are scared shitless. They're scared shitless.
Because they're FAFO. We need to have a dance to that. FAFO.
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 Okay.
Oh,
That's enough of that. It's
Oh.
early. It's early.
Yeah, I'm reading from the lawsuit against Target. It says, quote, despite the evident risks to Target's ESG and DEI mandates, that's the programs they had, and the campaign in particular, Target failed to disclose that Target was subject to backlash from consumers because of those mandates.
Yeah.
And therefore their statements made in their corporate filings with the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, were false. And so that's what the lawsuit's about. But again, it's about money because
Yeah.
the pension fund is losing money, and so they're going to go after the
Every single
Because-
public company, that is who their master is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
It's the
the
stockholders,
shareholders.
shareholders.
It does not matter about the employees.
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Go ahead. Sorry.
no,
Another thing is also, what is it? Walmart and Sam's, Costco. Did you see what's happening with Costco? I mean, they're getting in fluctuation of so many
Oh yeah, I heard they're doing
memberships.
very well now because they don't have those same initiatives.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are discriminating
They
more
aren't.
than other companies?
No,
Is that
Cos-
what's
no.
happening?
No, Costco is welcoming everyone.
Yeah.
They're
Ev-
welcoming everyone and they have no rules on it. They don't
No, they have rules. They have the same rules. They never change their rules. They just right now
Also, they were never pressured by social.
No, they were
social
no.
pressure.
Maybe
They
they're
were
just more
pressured.
quiet.
They were pressured to change it, and they from the grapevine they were targeted and told they better change it.
Mm.
They said we're private and we're not changing anything.
Okay, well, good for them.
And at the same time, because they stood their grounds, everyone else was like, "You're gonna stand your grounds. We're gonna stand with you." And that's where it comes
so
in.
anyone who joined the bandwagon is now hurting.
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
If
everyone.
you stood your ground, you'd be in the exact same place you were before George Floyd,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Before this new presidency.
Yeah.
Again.
So it's
All
going to
right.
be interesting to see how it all shakes out.
So I have one more thing to say.
What is it? What is it?
I'm loving this because these are
Our
great.
eyebrows out of whack here?
No,
What's
it's
happening?
just these are some like if I was a comedian, this whole year, this whole 4 years, the next 4 years, these comedians are gonna have so much to talk about.
Yeah, it's gonna be,
It's so juicy.
Yeah.
Every day is something. Every day is like, oh, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news,
You want
breaking
something
news,
everything-
breaking news.
everything
Oh,
breaks
it's
like
every
news?
day.
Wait,
There's
wait.
a fire started every day.
Aye.
Every day. Not just in California. Yeah. Every
Everything's
day.
breaking news.
Yeah.
Every single
Breaking
thing is
news.
breaking news. Of course, it's breaking news because it's news happens. It's
Yeah.
Speaking about appearances, right? Last week we did a podcast here, and you were a blonde. What today? Today you're a brunette.
Well,
what is that about?
Sometimes. So I do own a boutique called Oshun Hair Bar and Boutique, and a little bit of media. What I do is I make people over. I specifically do wigs and extensions. Any kind of extensions there is, that's what I do. I train for that. You go to your hairstylist and you get your hair colored, then you come to me, or I have others that I can refer you to, and then we match the hair to make sure it matches perfectly. Have you ever walked around? Wait, this is like a little tag in
Was
to
it
my
an
business.
advertisement or something?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that-
Have you
Okay,
ever
go ahead.
have you ever walked
Feel free.
around? Have you ever walked around and see that? Oh my goodness, I can see her hair extensions.
Oh yeah, I can.
Have you ever seen
I
that?
have. No, I have one.
It's like the wind blows and you're like, oh my
I see-
goodness.
What are those? They look like little
Links,
pieces
links.
of metal. Oh, okay.
Hey, don't call it. It's,
Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
links.
I'm sorry.
There's some bad setups out there. Yeah.
So
Well,
what you do now? I think what you
I
do.
thought
is
it was
you-
my plug. It's my shameless
No,
plug,
but
man.
I'm gonna give you. A
Okay,
plug.
go
What
ahead.
you do is you go to Target and buy the tuck friendly.
Oh, a tuck friendly
clothing
bathing
thing, and
suit.
then go over to Antoinette's salon and get
Oh,
your hair done.
okay.
Your
So I'm
hair
gonna
shaved.
tuck your. Oh Lord. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, before I was
We're all
rudely
looking for very
interrupted.
comfortable clothing.
Before I was
though,
rudely
loose.
interrupted about Oshun Hair Bar and
Sorry.
media,
Sorry.
is that I specialize in making sure, like you go to some salons, they just give you a little bit. I specialize in hair extensions. I want to make sure that when you're leaving, no one can see your hair extensions. They shouldn't see your links, your fusions, anything. I understand that some people have thin hair. If you see me walking around, sometimes I'm bald. I'm like, my hair is cut short, about this short. So I change it up anytime I want to because I'm a woman and I can do whatever I want. And it's my world because I have rights and I'm not trying to give it up.
There you go. Okay.
And no one can tell me how to wear my hair, what to do with it. And that's the main thing.
So
I
last
know I
night
brought it
I
back to
was
DEI.
I was live streaming last night with the Elisa Jordana show, and we definitely have a very physical live stream. So we need to have comfortable clothing, and we've actually been parodied in the recent past. So I need a wardrobe makeover because I need clothing that other people can't copy.
There you go. That's right.
I guess it's that popular that I have to change my wardrobe. So I'm gonna need a makeover by you. I'm gonna need
Okay.
some help.
By the way,
definitely.
this podcast is not a DEI hiring.
It's
podcast.
private and yeah.
We're private, so we can say whatever the hell we want,
Right.
whatever shit we want.
Right.
By the way, do you like our new setup? We're doing a stand-up setup to improve our posture so
Yes.
we don't slouch.
Yes.
That's
and
what
that's
I've
what
been
I
told.
hated. I've
We've been
always hated
slouching.
the slouching
Right.
thing.
So-
Antoinette came up with the idea for the new table. It's a standing table. We can raise it and lower it. Anyway. I
And
think
no
it's-
one told me that I couldn't use a credit card to get it. I just grabbed a credit card because I forgot what year women were allowed to get credit cards. And also
They were
that is
allowed to get credit cards at some year?
yeah.
Is that like
19
suffrage, the suffrage movement,
No,
the voting?
when DEI came in, I think that's another thing.
Really?
Women that were allowed to get credit cards.
Let me get that.
That's part of it.
Okay.
Okay, I researched it a little bit, but I don't know facts. But
Whose
research
credit
it
card?
yourself.
Whose credit card you use?
Does it really matter?
Oh, okay. I'm just.
As long as the money was spent, there was money in the account and it was spent. Okay, so one more thing.
Good Lord.
Another thing is, it's an old phrase: "Don't shop where you can't work." That's how it started back in the days. I don't know the year. I do know the year. 1960s.
Well, that was
1960s.
That was the movement by the Black Americans.
Yep.
Civil rights.
Civil rights
it was
movement.
They boycotted various
Right.
stores or
So-
businesses who didn't.
Well, there are protests. No company wants protests outside of their doors.
No.
No.
Okay. And no company wants to be looted either.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Looting is a big problem in America right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
More in California, that $1,000 rule. They just keep
Excuse
on
me.
going.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
talk about my 1960.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you,
Sure,
thank
yeah.
you, thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. That was my point of bringing it up. It wasn't for you guys to just overstep my, what I'm trying to say. I was not finished. But anyways.
All right. Yikes.
Okay.
Bye now.
No, Teddy, come back.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be back.
So don't shop where you can't work. The other phrases, and that was in the 1960s. That's how they said it, because Black people weren't allowed to work in certain establishments.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's don't spend your money where you're not respected. So this phrase became popular during the civil rights movement, particularly in the 1930s and the 1960s, when Black activists and communities organized boycotts against businesses that refused to hire Black workers but still profited from Black consumers, meaning profiting from Black money. Remember, don't think Black people don't have money. We do have money. It's just where we spend it. And sometimes we spend it freely in the wrong places for people who don't support us. So it was a call for economic empowerment and self-sufficiency, urging Black customers to support business that respected and valued them. So with the DEI action, that's what's going on. Target is feeling it. Is Walmart feeling it? Coca-Cola is feeling it. So remember, Black people spend their money. They like to look good. We like to dress up. We like to do all the nice things that you guys do. And at the same time, we are educated now. Black women are the number one educated females in the whole country. So when a Black woman do speak, she's coming from education. She knows her stuff. We might not know everything. We may not speak the way you want us to speak, but we're educated because we work hard and we're making sure that we go to school, and we're not also getting all the DEI that you guys think we're getting. Most of the time it's from hardworking parents that just sacrifice everything. So it's not DEI that Black people are getting. It's just that it's the hard work that they put it in. That's why they seem like they're benefiting so much.
Now, if I can make a statement about that, because if you all remember during the George Floyd riots, a lot of businesses that didn't want to be burned down or busted up would put a sign outside that said Black-owned business.
Yeah.
Black-owned business, please go over us. Don't do any damage to our business.
Yeah.
So that came up a few years back as well, and it's coming up again. Definitely.
Because they know how hard and all the benefits did not come to Black people. It went to predominantly white women. And white women, you just need to step up. You need to stand with other people and say, hey, we feel your pain. We understand what's going on. Because in the end, just like the Spanish people that are moving back to Mexico, they voted. They voted for what they wanted. Their racial heart voted.
Well, anyway, that's a whole nother.
And and they got exactly what they voted for. So
that's right.
Okay, so you think we're okay? Because I want to change the topic.
Yes, I'm done.
To something fun. And have a little bit of fun. It's Super Bowl Saturday, folks.
That's
the
right.
day before the Super
Lord.
Bowl. I want to know what everybody's picks are.
I'm Philadelphia Eagles because I'm standing to make not a lot, but like $900 or something. If I win.
Oh, you're standing to make $900.
Yeah.
I'm also a Philadelphia Eagles fan, even though they hate us. They hate the New England Patriots, and we hate them. But I have family in Philadelphia, and I don't want backlash.
There you go.
Yeah.
I do not know who I'm picking because I do not watch it unless I know someone that's playing, and unless someone wants to invite me to a game. That's when I'll start watching. But my goal is I pick my colors. Like, how does his butt look in the suit?
So
what
about scores? Anybody have any scores?
No.
I don't know.
No?
I want the best looking color uniforms to win. And the
Best
nicest
color uniform.
Yeah, and the one with the nicest butt.
No,
Their butts are nice.
We
Young
have a
butts.
little football pool.
Taylor Swift's going to be there.
Oh, good for her.
She's not my type. I like
We-
the guys.
We have a little football pool going at our local hangout every week
Beyonce.
during the season. And one week, Antoinette picked and won, and she picked not on statistics, who's the quarterback, anything. She picked on the prettiest uniforms and the nicest looking butts on the guys, and she won. She won the pool.
colors.
Which goes to show you how
That's a nice
ridiculous
side
pools
bet,
are.
right?
Yeah. The power is in the rare.
Anyway, powers in the rear.
That's how they
whatever
pick
you ladies
horses,
see.
though. That's also how they pick horses, by the strength in the glutes.
Yeah.
And that team won because I was looking at. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Shouldn't be looking at that anyway.
Wow.
I have Philadelphia
I have
43 to
freedom of
28.
eyes.
That's where I have them.
I'm not picking a score, but I just want to win. Go Philly.
Okay.
Win, because I make some money. then I can afford to pay for the table that someone charged, I guess. So
I don't know
Oh,
what you're talking
really?
about.
Charging it up? Those DEI credit cards. Oh boy.
Oh wait. I did. Okay, so like I said, I used to be I used to manage the Big Mama show or whatever. So please support.
Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. Now that is Shannon Atkins as the
And-
drag queen,
yes.
Big Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is, and it's not about, we're not picking sides. It's just that we know him.
Yep.
It's a local, he's a local person. And it's like, okay, it's like saying, my family, I have a sister, a brother that's on meth or something. Am I just going to kick him to the curb?
No. Try to
He's
help him.
not perfect,
Nope.
but we're going to still try to help because he's local, his family, and we know his heart.
Okay.
It was just petty. It was
Yeah.
silly stuff.
And by the way, I just want to, as we come to
So-
a close here, you may hear some talking in the background. This is a busy Saturday as one of the colleagues in the office next to us is getting ready for a trial
Mhm.
on Monday. So he's interviewing his witnesses over the phone. And so that's why you may hear some background talking. But just
I
in
hope
case
it
you're
wasn't
wondering,
too bad.
hopefully
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad, but just this one of the strange days. It was just the circumstances required him to be in the office talking to his clients.
And of course, again, we're going to continue to make some mistakes. We're going to fine tune everything.
I mean, like
Mhm.
buttons.
I really appreciate, yeah, like buttons.
goodness.
I really appreciate all of the questions
wanted to get
coming
a
in
clap.
from the chat.
Oh,
I
do we have
I
another
really love
question from the
engaging
chat?
with the chat. What's that?
Do we have
Do we have
another
any
question?
other questions before we go?
Yeah, well,
All right, if anything comes through, I'll let you guys know. So
all right.
Okay, so are we going to do a shameless plug?
more plugs.
Yes,
We're
we
in a-
need to. Okay, so I told you guys before, we are at Timothy Schulz office law firm, downtown West Palm Beach, 3330 Clematis Street, Suite 116. And if you'd like to bring in just like how I just brought in Big Mama's fan, if you'd like to bring in anything that you'd like us to advertise, we'd love for you to bring it in, and we'll do a little shameless plug to
Yeah.
support local businesses, local people. You can mail it in. Go to the website, mail it in, and reach out.
I'll even say hi and not charge you for it.
And definitely with the Elisa Jordana show, if you want to have a little bit of fun while you're at home this Super Bowl weekend, we'll be live streaming throughout the weekend. So
Right.
Oh, I would
Tune
love
in.
to go with you guys.
All right.
Aw.
Well, thanks. Good seeing
you
you all
might
again.
go again.
Bye.
Yeah.
Good
Bye,
seeing you,
guys.
and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Where do I hit it again? Stop. Okay, good. 42 minutes.